I just love reading stories or opinions of other people. They feed my curiosity and let me put on my reflection goggles. It makes me think about my own take on life and can sometimes even cause an internal debate. Yesterday I saw a video of this guy who was talking about a first date he went on with an amazing girl. He had the best time, even literally said it was the best first date he ever had, and for him the woman ticked off all of his boxes. Unfortunately, at the end of the date they shared a kiss, but instead of the fireworks he expected or hoped for, it didn't really do anything for him. It was a bit sad to see how he was beating himself up about it, even though I can understand. You could see the confused and frustrated look on his face while he was contemplating what the hell is wrong with him. He also referred to his favorite TV show and wondered out loud if he was just acting stupid. I read a few of the thousands of comments he received, and they mainly said the same thing. If he really likes the girl, he should keep going on dates, and maybe the feeling he's looking for will arise later. They said he shouldn't expect a life or love with fireworks, because that's just not how it works. Some even hinted at a bit of self-destructive behavior. And that's when I got the ick. As children, we grow up with hundreds of stories about this fantasy world, tales of common girls who get rescued by a prince and then end up as a princess themselves. We get encouraged to believe in Santa, the Easter Bunny and the Tooth Fairy. Our imagination and innocent charm gets applauded, and people literally say we should enjoy it for as long as it lasts, before we discover what the world is really like. And so we do. Until one day the adults decide that we are getting too old for the fantasy and we should deny all we have learned and set foot in harsh reality. In our teens we get bombarded with romantic movies about high school romance and first love, but by then we are already seen as naive if we give those too much meaning. So by the time we actually reach the age we seriously want to find our significant other, we are taught to set standards, but not to exaggerate and stay realistic. Life is not a fairy tale or a Hollywood movie. It is foolish to expect men to be and treat you like those in K-dramas. Waiting for a love at first sight experience and the fireworks that go with it is a gullible thing to do, and you shouldn't have those over-the-top expectations. And then there's me thinking, why the hell not? I am not insinuating that everyone should stay single until they meet that perfect person, because there is no such thing. But if we really want the fairy tale, why should we settle for less? I know I'm making a bold statement, and it does come with particular consequences, so maybe it's not for the fearful and faint-hearted. It all depends on what you are looking for and how willing you are to compensate, for this is a world of giving and receiving. The law of attraction says you get what you emit, so in my opinion the best place to start when searching for that true love is within yourself. Also recognize that one person's love story is not the same as that from another person. Your beautiful is not my beautiful. Your funny is not my funny, and so on. It shouldn't matter how many and how big your requests are, as long as you accept your responsibility in demanding them. No one should criticize you if you insist on wanting a partner who looks like a young Brad Pitt and has the bank account of the current one. If that is what you really want, without any discussion, then so be it. But that could mean you may need a lot of patience, persistence, and toleration for rejection. Or in worst case, acceptance that you might not find that person. And I guess that is where the problem lies for most people. One of the biggest fears of humans in general is to end up alone. A lot of us want the picture perfect with the partner, the house, the baby and the dog. But when we don't make that happen by the time we turn 30, we start telling ourselves that we don't have the luxury of the fairy tale. We get scared and begin doubting everything, especially our own wants and needs. I admit I make it sound like easy criticism, but it's not. We all carry the responsibility for our own lives. If we want to achieve the highest paying job in the world, we have to make sacrifices. And in my opinion, the same goes for love. So for now, I am one of those daredevils. Up until recently, I was disconnected between head and heart for almost my entire life. So now I consider my feelings as a key indicator in everything I do. That may sound logical to some, but is definitely not for me. It means trusting my gut instead of ignoring it, and restraining myself of rationalizing or making excuses. And I definitely want the fairy tale. Even though I'm happy single, I do like the idea there's still a love story in the cards for me. That can't eat, can't sleep, reach for the stars, over the fence, World Series kind of thing, as the famous quote says. A struck by lightning feeling with the meeting of the eyes, and a sense of coming home during the first conversation. And yes, I am deadly serious, that is exactly how I want it to be. Is it too demanding or unrealistic? Que sera, sera. Your whole perspective changes when you start looking at yourself as someone who only deserves the very best. So why would that be any different in matters of love? So let this be my public announcement. Go discover your own worth, let it set the base for what you truly deserve, and stubbornly await until your person finds you up there.